At Soldier Field, Doug Flutie just hit Willie Gault. They made the extra point, 7-7 early second quarter, Redskins and Bears. Now to some highlights of this overtime game won by the Browns today in Cleveland. They were tied at 10-10 at halftime, and we'll pick it up in the fourth quarter with the Jets in front 13-10. And here, Costas, the least intercepted quarterback in the entire league this year, throws an ill-advised pass, and Russell Carter picks it off in the end zone. Even had they not scored a touchdown there, they were in easy position for a game-tying field goal. Then Freeman McNeil will run 25 yards for a touchdown on this carry. That follows another interception, that one by Jerry Holmes, as Costas was picked off once more, and it looked like the game would belong to the Jets. 20-10 was the score. Inside 2 minutes to play, when Kevin Mack, who had a big fourth quarter and overtime, gets across, and after the point after touchdown, they move to within a field goal at 20-17. They get the ball back, but they have no timeouts left. Backpedaling, Costas looks for Brennan, and there is an interference call on the play. It wasn't Webster Slaughter, it was Brian Brennan. Carl Howard is called for interference, and it sets up a 1st and 10 at the 42. They managed to get close enough for Mosley to put this one through just at the end of regulation, ties it up at 20-20. Each team had several possessions in overtime. On one of them, Mosley, incredibly, misses a 23-yarder wide to the right. It never had a chance as he pushes it off to the side. It isn't often that you get a second chance. However, Mosley did, and he put it through from 26 yards out to win it in the second overtime period. And here he is now in the Browns locker room with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. I'm here with Mark Mosley. Mark, you talk about living on a thin line, man.
Yeah, the ice almost broke through on me, too.
What happened?
I don't know. For some reason, when I hit the ball, I was all off balance, and I can't figure out what happened unless the soil moved. Something happened that threw me off balance. And I just really mishit it. Almost missed the whole ball for some reason.
Well, when things like that happen, all of a sudden you get a second chance. It had to be going through your mind a little bit.
Oh, definitely. I was praying the good Lord, don't let us lose because of me. You know, that was one of the things I said a long time ago. If I ever get to the point where I start losing games because of me, then I'm ready to pack them in, and I'm not ready to pack them in yet.
Well, you had some great games in the past. You had to draw on that confidence to go for that one.
Well, exactly. I think that's where the experience comes through. I actually got in a situation similar this year ago in San Francisco in just a regular season game, and I missed a field goal, but then in overtime, too, and then had an opportunity to come back and win it with a 38-yard field goal in overtime. So I've been there before. That's the thing they say is most coaches like to have somebody that's been there. There's not too many situations that I haven't been in one time somewhere before.
You talk about situations that you've been in before. You've been on a great Washington Redskin team. Can you compare this team now to the great teams you were on in Washington?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we have here is this team just believes we can win. We've been saying that for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and people just didn't believe us. And I think today is a good example that we find ways to win no matter what the circumstances and the situation and how bad it looks.
All right, man. Congratulations to you and good luck on the playoffs.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Good. All right, back to you, Bob.
Ahmad, don't go anywhere. We'll be checking with you as the post-game show rolls along. The Flutie touchdown pass in Chicago, by the way, to Willie Gault was a 50-yarder, and not that one against Washington at 7 in the second quarter. We're coming right back. With us now in the Jet locker room is Marty Lyons, New York defensive lineman. He's always very gracious, win or lose, and he's consented to speak with us now. Ahmad Rashad hasn't been able to make it between the Browns locker room and the Jets locker room, so we'll do it on a two-way. Let's get a look at Marty Lyons here.
No, you're fine.
I hope he can hear us. Marty, this is Bob Costas in New York.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, Marty, your thoughts immediately after this tough defeat in overtime?
Well, it's disappointing because anytime you have a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left and you don't win, you know that you just didn't bite them in the neck. You didn't take it to them.
After Mosley missed the overtime field goal, did you get the feeling that maybe it was going to be your day after all?
Well, we felt like we dodged a major bullet there, and we felt that getting the ball on the 20, our offense could move us down and maybe give us a chance to win. But, you know, it should have never gone to overtime. You got to give the Browns a lot of credit. They hung in there, and, you know, anybody that can score 10 points in less than 4 minutes with no timeouts, you got to give them credit.
Is there any consolation at all in that locker room right now about the fact that after a 5-game losing streak, your team regrouped, you beat the Chiefs, and you came very close to beating the team that many regard as the best in your conference today?
Well, it's hard, you know, because now we go home, and we know that we should be going on, but again, you have to give the Browns credit. They fought back, they made things happen, and we fell a little short today.
How close to the Jets' peak form do you think you came today? How close to the form you showed in the middle of that 9-game winning streak?
I think we were very close, but anytime you're missing a Joe Kleck or Lance Mel, defensively it's going to hurt, and for the morale of the team it's going to hurt. But I think we played with a lot of enthusiasm. We played with a lot of heart, and we made them work for the victory, if anything else.
Marty, thanks for spending some time with us. We salute you for a noble effort today.
Thank you, and I want to wish my mom a happy recovery down in St. Pete and send my love to her.
Marty Lyons in the Jet locker room. They lose in the second overtime to the Cleveland Browns today, 23-20. More with Don Shula and Paul McGuire when we continue in just a moment.